Alright, this one might stir the pot a little. We're diving into something that's got investors, homeowners, and even your conspiracy theory loving uncle talking. What impact are Trump's policies having on the real estate market in 2025? Now, whether you love him, hate him, or just try to avoid political conversations at Thanksgiving, there's no denying that policy affects property. So today we're breaking it all down. The tax changes, the deregulation, the housing strategies, and how it's all showing up in the real estate world. And if you want help navigating these changes with your own portfolio, you know what to do. Book a one-on-one with me and let's tailor a game plan that works for you. So let's start with the big one, tax policy. Trump's been vocal about wanting to extend and expand many of the tax benefits from the 2017 Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, especially the pass-through deductions and bonus depreciation. For real estate investors, this is big. If you're holding rental property or doing flips through an LLC or an S-Corp, this could mean keeping more of your profits. Assuming Congress doesn't water it down, and if 100% depreciation is revived in full, you can bet we'll see a rush of investors buying buildings just to take that massive write-off in 1 year. Second major impact, deregulation. Trump's pushing to reduce restrictions on development, particularly around zoning and environmental approvals. Translation: if you're a builder, developer, or someone trying to convert a single family into a multifamily or co-living setup, this could make things faster, cheaper, and a whole lot easier in red states especially. That said, if you're in California or New York, don't hold your breath. Your local government still has the final say. And let's say that they don't exactly move at warp speed. Now let's talk about interest rates and inflation. Trump has made it clear that he wants more aggressive Fed strategy, meaning lower interest rates to stimulate growth. If that happens, we could see cheaper financing across the board. That's great for buyers, great for refinancers, and honestly, it could reheat the market. But with that comes risk, more competition, price run-ups, and potential over-leveraging. So if you're investing, this is your reminder: smart leverage is good. Emotional FOMO leverage, fear of missing out, not so much. And here's a wild card: opportunity zones. Trump championed this initiative in his first term, and he's signaling he might revive or expand it. That could mean new tax incentives for developing in distressed areas. So if you're into long-term investing with big upside and want to actually help improve your neighborhoods, this could be a golden window. But look, no matter where you stand politically, the key takeaway here is this: policies create opportunities, but only for the people paying attention. You can sit on the sidelines and complain, or you can study the playbook, adapt, and capitalize. Here's the deal: real estate game doesn't care who's in office as long as you know how to pivot. Markets change. Rules change, but if you understand the policy landscape, you can play 5 steps ahead. So if you're not sure how Trump-era policies affect your deals, your financing, or your taxes, book a one-on-one with me. I'll help you sort through the noise and make smart moves no matter what's happening in DC. Links in the description. If you found this helpful and maybe even a little spicy, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments what policy you're watching most closely. Just be respectful. I delete trolls faster than a wholesaler signs an assignment contract. I'll see you on the next one.